one's a little bit impotent. Hey, hey! All right, guys, we need to go better than the $1 shop next time we need some of these things. Hey, episode 50 of Kingdom Business TV. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. A little bit exciting around here to get to the milestone of 50. I think we did the first one towards the end of November last year. So what are we? We're 10 months in. So it's been a delight to pump these episodes out for you. What you could do for me is hit the share button and let's spread this message. That'd mean the world to me. What am I going to do on this one? I am going to talk to you about content creation because it's super important to me that you guys get the concept of putting out tons and tons of content around your business, okay? If you don't, then you will be the best kept secret in town. You really, really, really need to get to the point where you are constantly putting out and flooding the marketplace with lots of value, lots of content, lots of articles, videos around your business and what you do, okay? I've probably said it enough times, but it still astounds me the amount of people that don't actually put out a lot of content, or they're putting out one video a week or 2 videos a week or something. It's just not enough in this busy world. We've got so many messages pushed to us every single day that we don't hear your 1 or 2 little videos or your 1 video and your 1 article. It doesn't penetrate our mind because it's just not enough in this busy world. So here's what I'm going to do on episode 50. You put your phone number below. I'm going to help you. For those of you who are struggling with content creation, like I don't know what I could put out or I don't have any ideas, I'm going to give you a structure, but I'm also going to help you. So you need to put your phone number in the comments. One of my team will call you and I will help you come up with what you should produce content for. So here's, I guess, my thing, right? And I've talked about this before, but I absolutely love it. My favorite word right now, I'm going to change that to white, is the word ubiquitous. The word ubiquitous. It's a phenomenal word. It's a little bit like omnipresent, except omnipresent only God can be. Omnipresent is everywhere all the time. Ubiquitous is seemingly everywhere. You need to be ubiquitous. You need to be seemingly everywhere. People need to find out about your business when they turn on their phone, when they turn on the TV, when they turn on the radio, when they drive down the high street, when they're talking to a friend, when they go to a networking event. They need to hear about your business, okay? You need to have that top of mind umbrella, that top of funnel awareness, because if you don't have that, then people ain't buying from you, okay? And then business is really tough. You've got to at least put yourself in front of them and let them self-select if they want to find out more. And you know, you can do radio and you can do TV and you can do billboards and they're all good, but they're prohibitively expensive to start with. Whereas social media right now, you can be putting a video on LinkedIn and 19 people can see it. Now you might be thinking, well, what's 19? It's 19 more than you would have if you didn't produce it, okay? So that's where we've got to get to. The reason why we put out this show, the reason why we got to 12,000 followers on Facebook, the reason is because we pumped this stuff out and we gave value and people shared it and people liked it and so forth, okay? So you need to do the same. Doesn't matter whether you're a plumbing business, a taxidermist, an accountant, it doesn't matter what business you've got right now, you need more people to know about you, and that's what I want to spend our time on today, is content creation. Because I find so many people, by the way, put your phone number in and I'm going to help you. I'm going to dig out the content for you, at least get you started with the first 10 to 15 bits of content. It's about doing it sustainably, because if every single time you want to put out a piece of content, you have to think about it and engineer it and think it all through, it's too slow, okay? It's too slow. If you have to sit, if you've got to spend 10 minutes coming up with a video, and I'm telling you need to put out content every single day across, 7 to 10 platforms, you just won't do it. It's too much of a task. And so I understand that. And that would be too much of a task for me too, to sit there and go, what are we going to put out today, and have to think through it all, and what do we do for YouTube, and what do we do for LinkedIn, and what do we do for Facebook, and what do we do for da-da-da-da-da. Okay, it would be too much of a task. And so I've got a couple of hacks of things that you can do to make your life easier and take off the pressure of having to be the genius that comes up with it every single time. So Part number one, okay, because it's too hard. If you have to do it all, we're going to enlist the help. Here we go. We're going to capture what's already happening in your business. Okay, we're going to capture what's already happening. Okay, so if you currently have boardroom meetings, ask permission if you can film them, and cut the bits out where you give insane amount of value. If you currently go to clients, then when you walk out of the meeting with a client, story tell very, very quickly. Like, grab your device, stand there and go, right, I was just in with a client and here's what I said to them. I said A, B, and C, and this is what it means for them. All right? Capture what's already happening. If you go to a client's place, let's say you're a plumber, and you're diagnosing plumbing issues, then on the spot say, right, I'm here at a house in Southport and I had a client that told me this, and so I have just done this, and make it valuable for them to be able to go home and do. There is content in your world around you, like for 50 hours a week or more. You've just got to start capturing what you're already doing in bite-sized chunks and start to put that stuff out online, okay? You are already giving value to your clients and your team and your industry all day long. Start to think about being okay with talking to a camera, writing articles, taking photos, whatever it is that you want to do, okay? For example, the other day, I did a podcast episode with Dave Balestri. By the way, you should go and listen to that podcast. It's really, really good. It's on iTunes and Google Podcast. It's episode 6 of the Leadership Series, and it was an amazing podcast. Well, hang on a minute, I need content. So while I'm recording a podcast, I also stick a camera in the room and live stream it to YouTube. Why? Because it's already happening. I just want to capture it and make it good. Now, here's a funny thing. Once I've caught it, what could I then do? I could cut that into 5 mini bits of information and put those out online, okay? Once you capture what's already taking place, you can then chop that up, okay? And by the way, you're not having to come up with all of this because you're just capturing what you're doing and taking for granted all day, every single day. Then you've got more content you'd ever need to distribute, right? If you make things for clients, you stop halfway through making and go, right, I had a client that asked me for this. This is my solution. You should go and do that too, okay? It can be a rogue handheld video. It can be a camera like the one we're filming on. It can be an article. It can be an audio recording. Just start capturing what you are already doing, okay? That's the name of the game here. We're putting out about 178 pieces of content a week across Facebook, on my personal and the business, and Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and whatever else, okay? Podcasts, Apple iTunes, Google Podcast. Across all of those, that's how many pieces of content. And by the way, it's nowhere near enough, okay? So I couldn't put out that volume if I had to come up with everything. What we do really well is I stand here for 40 minutes twice a week, and then we chop this up into content and we push it out, okay? You need to start thinking about doing the same, okay? You are putting out valuable content all day, every day, but you just need to think about capturing what you're already doing, okay? A little commentary around what you take for granted will make really good content, hints, tips for your prospects, for your tribe. All right, the second one that we're going to talk about here is ask them. Ask them what they want to hear about. Was that really bugging you? Oh yeah, I can see the delay. It's really bugging me too, now that I can see it. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Dad. Ask them. Okay, who are we going to ask? We're going to ask customers. We're going to ask team. We could ask our suppliers. Why don't we go to an audience and say, hey, I want to become the educator in my space. I want to start putting out valuable content. What would be valuable for you? Start asking a whole bunch of people what would be valuable. They'll give you their questions. They may give you answers, or they may give you questions for you to answer, and then just go and answer their questions. Now you only have to give your professional 2 cents. You don't have to come up with what you want to produce content around, okay? When we first launched Business Greenhouse TV in 2015, it was a pre-recorded show, not live like this one. It was a pre-recorded show, and all I did was emailed our database and our Facebook fans and all that sort of stuff what would you like more information on? Write me a question, and then I answered their questions online. And it blew up. We built a massive following, and it really put us on the map. And I didn't have to come up. All I had to do was go, that's a really good question. I'll answer that one. That's a really good question. I'll answer that one and give my 2 cents. And that's a lot less pressure than having to come up with all of the content and make sure it ties together. Okay? So I just asked my customers what they want more information on. You could do the same with your team. You could do the same with your suppliers. What would you like? What can we put out more content on? Get the collective ideas and start chipping away at that stuff time and time again. And then another one that I like is client success stories. But I see most people do it badly. Okay? I'm going to say without the slimy agenda. Because most people do a client success story and then straight to a, come and buy from me. Or you can have a story like this. No. Stop going for the short term and start going for building a brand. Start doing, if you do a client success story, the market have worked out that you know what you're talking about. You don't have to, do a sleazy, I'm telling you this, and then reach around and try and grab their wallet. You don't need to do that. You can just brand the success story with your company, with you maybe interviewing them. We don't need a sales pitch now because the fact that you branded it in such a way and the context was branding, you don't have to do a real hard pitch and be slimy with the ask. You will get the credibility of hosting that party without needing to ask someone to date you, okay? So right now, I guess what I'm saying is this. There are people around you all the time, okay? There are people around you, there is stuff around you, activities around you all the time that you could interview, capture. You will fall over with content creation if you are trying to sit there to come up with it all. Okay, that's why I'm offering to help you right now. So if you're watching and you're literally going, I'm drawing a blank when it comes to content, put your phone number in the comments below. One of my guys will ring you, and I will draw out with you some of the content. So yeah, you need a new one too. So is that a call there, Craig? Okay. So we're going to talk to Clinton now, and we're going to draw it out from him. But remember, if you want me to help you draw this out, put your phone number in the comments below, and I will talk to you. How did you know that, Craig? It's not in my list here. Are we not getting a feed from one of them again? Okay, they private message me.
Hello.
Clinton, it's Wez.
Hi, Wez. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just said, someone's ringing me. I'm trying to hear Wez.
Yeah, well, if it's a sales call, then I'm sorry you missed that one. Otherwise,
I thought it was a telemarketer. You're good.
Hey, all right, let's talk about your content. How much are you producing right now?
I've done a video.
What, today?
This year.
You've done a video. Mate, congratulations.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
That's great. Now, you put that out on January 1.
It felt like a big moment.
Yeah,
I did a live video about 2 weeks ago. I did a live video as we pumped out a hole full of water.
Okay. And
Yeah.
How hard was that, by the way?
Very easy, and I got a lot of very good feedback from a lot of people very quickly on it.
Okay, so here we are. We did a video. We got a lot of feedback, and it was easy to do. How many have you done since then?
I've done a lot of thinking about them.
Oh, good.
Okay. But I haven't done any since. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so let's think right now. What was it that made you think, what was it in the moment that made you go, that'd be a good video, let's do that one? What happened?
For me, it was something that's not done every day for me. So I haven't done, being plumbing, it's a bit of a lot of what we do might not be visually aesthetic, and I actually haven't been personally out on the tools as much lately, so I haven't been there to do the job. So this one was just a perfect video that I thought would have a real interesting topic about it. It was just a bit different and out of the ordinary to what most people would see every day. Great.
I mean, that's good, but at the end of the day, I'm not a plumber, so I know that everything's brand new to me. Right?
Yes.
Like literally, you put something down a pole and film it, and that's new to me.
Yep.
And you drive up to a work site in your brand new car, and that's new to me. And you go to a job and find that there's a leaky toilet, that's new to me. And just because it's not new to you, that can't be the criteria, right? It can't be because it's exciting for you.
No.
There'll be nothing exciting for you. You'll put out 4 videos a year.
No.
All right, what did you do today? Have you been on the tools today?
No, not today. I've got, actually, we're doing a bit of a non-plumbing day today. We're doing some tiling, so we probably shouldn't be videoing that one. It's just helping somebody out.
When was the last time you were on the tools?
Last week I did a day. I can't remember what I did. What did I do?
You need to tell me what you did that day.
What jobs did I do last week? So? Yeah, I did a water jetting and cleaned out all the drains under the sink in a dentist in just nearby. So
Okay.
they had a lot of clogging in the sink because the dentist keeps dropping his needles and drill bits down the drain, and it had blocked it all up. So.
Is that all you did? One job, or was the water jetting in the dentist too?
That was a lot of sinks throughout the whole dental surgery.
Okay,
So
good.
we were there all day for that. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were there all day, tell me about what else
Yep.
happened on that job.
Okay, so
give me like the 30-second overview of that day.
Yes, cool. So we had they had a blockage down the line, which is just because it's a dentist, they put plaster down the drains when they make the dental molds, and it had got into the main pipe underground and blocked up. So we had to run a high pressure jet to cut and break all that up and flush it away. We also pulled apart all the drains, all the S-bends under all the sinks to just clean out all the crap that had gone down in those. And we found that all the flexible hoses under the sinks had never been replaced, and we see a lot of houses flood when those hoses burst. So we went around and replaced all the hoses before they burst. They get a bit of a rust spot on it before they burst, and so we went around and replaced all those. We've got to go back there for a broken pipe. There's a leak coming out of a brick wall. We've just got to do a bit of testing and go back there and find a broken pipe and repair that next week.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, personally, when I hear that, I think, okay, there's about 27 videos in there.
Yeah, I heard it myself as I said it.
Did you? Good. Well, that was the idea. All right.
I heard 3 anyway. Yeah.
How could you have done a video driving to the place?
Yeah.
What could you have said in that video?
So I knew what I was heading out there to, so I could have probably done a bit of a video. Are you thinking like a live? Is that what you mean?
Let's not worry about tactics. I just want to capture the content right now.
Yep.
You are driving and you already have some information. Let's capture it. What could you say in a video?
Yeah. Hi, this is Clinton. Just on my way to, I don't know, should I say which dental clinic?
If you want to.
I don't know. Is it okay to, like, if it's about something negative at the job?
No, I wouldn't do it if it's negative. No. But
No.
that's not going to be an important part of the video anyway.
No, heading to a dentist office where we found out they've got some plaster down the drain when they've flushed their lines. We're going to be having to put our high pressure jet through the line because it will break up all the rubbish that's gone down the pipe and flush it away safely down into the council's main.
Yep. Okay. So then
I knew that I was heading there too. So.
That's good. So let's weave in something that would be a little bit fun. So yes, that's the video. And then it's like, all right, so I'm heading to a dentist now. I've got a meeting for 10 o'clock, but I'm aiming to be there 10 minutes early because nobody enjoys a tradie being late. So we pride ourselves on getting there early.
Yep.
So you're weaving in a bit of the story and what makes you unique. And then you can say, yeah, on the back of this truck, I've got a jetter machine, and the whole purpose here is we'll be able to bore through and da-da-da-da, and, and be a bit of fun with it. I'm now, whatever, how old you are, I've been doing plumbing for this long. I've never met a blockage that I can't drill through with this machine. All right, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so there's one. All right.
Actually, I did actually arrive there 10 minutes early and parked up the road to wait for the time to be there, and so I could have even jumped out and done a video from just up the road.
Perfect. Okay, so that's good. Now, I heard you talk about you could then get the water jetter set up and tell a story about it. I bought this bit of equipment and be careful because some plumbers have a cheap one out of China and this is a good one. I don't know the details. Yep. I'm just kind of riffing.
You're nailing it.
Yep. So, just be careful for these reasons and yada, yada, yada. And, don't be fooled because this is part of it. Don't be fooled when a plumber says it's going to charge you $600 to use a jetter because it's a standard bit of machinery, da, 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 da. You could, I reckon there could be a video of you underneath going, hey, I've just pulled this S-bend apart, and showing the camera it's full of plaster. And by the way, there's multiple types of S-bend. This one here is actually not a very good one. If you were to go to Bunnings and ask for a 413 XP, it would be a better S-bend. That sort of thing, right? Like I'm thinking of that.
Yes.
When it comes to the flexi hoses, another video of you under the sink or wherever you are saying, hey guys, here's another thing I've just found. And this is super common. There are these flexi hoses. They look great, but they need to be replaced. They're a consumable product. If you don't, da-da-da-da-da-da. And they're as cheap as chips, but they're going to make all this other stuff work better in your house and you're going to get longevity out of da-da-da-da-da. Like,
Yeah, good.
Well, now, when you finish
did
the
a
job,
video,
when you finish the job and you stand out the front and you go, right, just wrapping up a whole day here at the dentist. It's been great to service the client. We've done an amazing job. But here's a bit of what you should know. Da 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 da. They could have saved a whole bunch of time and money with not having me there if they had done this, and this as a precautionary measure. That way you're educating the market, giving them value.
Yeah, good.
Right. So over that course of one day that you let slip, there's 7 or 8 good quality videos in there. And the way I look at it is, if you were to actually capture those, it would have made you a little bit slower. It would have added 10 minutes to your day.
Yep.
To stop and start filming all of that stuff.
Yeah. All those things, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a small price to pay to be able to put out volume. And of course,
I can think of 100 other things we did that day now too.
Exactly right. So once you start to flick that switch, you realize that content is everywhere. Like what about the internal processes? What about filming in the office when you get a purchase order? Filming how you treat new customers when they come in. Doing an internal process on this, that, and the other. How you answer the phone, why you're always on time. How you schedule your work to make sure you're on time. How you do some little thing to check the traffic so you're never late. What you do in the event that you're late and you call someone and you let them know and you apologize. And like there's content everywhere.
Good.
And all that stuff is not only value. I mean, there are water saving tips that you can put in there. There are a whole bunch of things that are valuable, but you're also weaving into that story the things that make you unique. You turn up on time. You care about the customer. You'll let them know if you're going to be late. You'll never overcharge. Whatever the things are you want to be standing out for, you weave those things into your content, and now you're building a brand in the mind of your prospects.
Yeah, that's a lot easier than trying to fit in a USP on one line, that's for sure.
Exactly. Good. All right. So
nice.
I want you to hang up and brain dump 21 videos that you can do in the next 7 days.
Yep. All right. Sounds good.
Bless you, mate.
I'm all over it. All righty. Thanks, Wez. Talk to you soon. Bye.
They're not getting any better, these things. All right, let's go on to our next caller. Episode 50, Kingdom Business TV. Put your phone number in the comments and I'll talk to you about helping you produce your content so that you can be top of mind.
Hello, Diamond Carpet Cleaning. You're speaking with Cassandra.
Cassandra, it's Wez.
Hello, how are you, Craig?
I'm really good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
All right, you want some help with content?
Yes, please. That'd be great.
All right, tell me, what are you doing right now for content? I want to get a state of the nation. How is everything going now?
So I'm putting up videos that I'm recording here in the office, and it's just things that make us a little bit different. So I'm doing explaining our guarantee. We are answering frequently asked questions like, what kind of cleaning method do we use? Do you need to vacuum before our carpet cleaner arrives? Can you give me a price of the phone? Why do you do an audit? Things like that.
Yep.
But they're very, very limited. I mean, I don't know. There's not much out on the field. The boys are taking some before and after photos.
Yep. So how many videos would you say you've put out so far?
I have done myself about 8 over the last 8 weeks.
Okay, so 1 a week.
Yeah.
On what platforms?
I'm just doing them on Facebook, and I've put each of those onto my website as well. So that's about it.
So if you actually take a step back and think about it, right? 1 video a week on 1 platform and maybe 2 is far from ubiquitous. That is good, by the way. You're doing okay. You're on the journey, but that's not enough to penetrate the mind of the people in your area. Okay.
Yeah.
So I immediately go to, you need to start putting content out on Insta. You need to do your YouTube channel. You need to do LinkedIn. And by the way, you could repurpose the same content across all of those if you wanted. That's not the best way to go, but it's better than what you're doing right now. So better off to take 1 video and repurpose it than not put them on half the platforms. Okay. So go and get amongst that. Go and use all of those. All right, now with the boys in the field, if you were to think about the jobs that they've got on today, take me through a couple of the jobs that they've got on today. What does today look like?
So one of our technicians is up at one of our local schools, just cleaning the carpets up there. It's a boarding school, so we clean the classrooms as well as the boarding areas. Every holidays we do a different section. I think they're fairly standard school rooms today, I think. And Craig is down out at Wandoan out west doing some work out there for some school teachers' houses. And he's got my son working with him today as well.
Good. How old's your son?
13, nearly 14.
Great. Flog him. Get as much out of him as you can. Build that work ethic. All right. So when I come to schools, right, what would be valuable content to put out around schools? What's unique about schools? What's newsworthy around schools?
Just the health benefits of cleaning the carpets for the kids.
Yep.
Most schools only get it done once a year. We've got a couple that do it twice a year, and that's for cleanliness and also for health reasons, because they find that kids are less and teachers are less sick the more frequently they clean their carpet.
Perfect.
A lot of paint stains and a lot of blue tack are probably our biggest things that we come across.
Okay, so blue tack, how to get rid of blue tack would be a great little video.
Yep. Okay.
Paint stains, obviously. Now, out west, surely we could produce some content on our way out west so it didn't really take up any time, and brag a little bit about the fact that you're not just a city, you're trying to get out there and help the country and so forth.
Yep.
So that's just literally sticking your phone in a cradle, pressing go, and talking about how much you guys really enjoy going out west and helping the communities and yada yada yada. Okay. Now, is there anything specific to out west? Is it more dusty, less dusty, da-da-da-da? Is there something that would be valuable for people out west to know?
Some of them have like really red dust, which when they've got cream carpets isn't a good combination. So that's why they tend to get us a lot out there.
Yep. So you could even do a whole video on, the best coloured carpets for out west. I mean, or if you choose cream, then here's what you need to do to best manage cream carpets out west.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, what about your equipment? What have you got right now?
We've got 2 vans that are set up with this is all Craig's side of it. With 2 truck mount machines, and we have one that has a portable machine in it.
Great. You should be bragging about that.
Yep.
You should be saying, hey, listen, just exciting news. We just bought a new truck mount, and here's what it means. It means we'll be faster. It means we'll be less, whatever the benefits are for you to have a truck mount for a customer. But just think through, what does that mean? Does it mean that you can get in and out of the job faster? Does it mean that the clean is deeper? Does it mean that, what does it mean that's a benefit to the customer, right? And if there's 3 benefits, then that's 3 videos,
Yep.
And could you talk about the fact that there are multiple types of those truck setups, and these are the best ones, and here's the reasons why, and here's the bad ones, and here's the reasons why. Could you talk about red wine versus white wine? Could you talk about different kinds of stains? Could you talk about your internal processes? I was saying to Clinton before, why don't you film some content around how you schedule and how you value the customers and what you do for after sale service? And if you think about it, you're doing stuff every 10 minutes that's probably capturable. You just take it for granted.
Right.
And
just say, like, we do a follow-up call with all of our clients. Would you just talk about that as a process of what we do, or would we video?
Yeah, well, you could do both, right? You could go, all right, hey, listen, I'm just about to jump on a call with one of our clients. I want you to show you behind the scenes about, we love our customers and we always want to check that they had a good experience. So I'm going to jump on a call right now and I'll let you listen in. And you did it. Hey, Mary, we were out there last week. Just wanted to check in with you. Hey, oh, no, it was absolutely lovely. I loved it. All right, well, that's great, Mary. Hey, listen, really appreciate you and we'll see you in 6 months. Then you look back to the camera and you go, that's it. We love our customers. That's what we want to do.
Do you need permission to put your client on Facebook then?
Depends if you call them by name. If you give out any sensitive information, you probably just shouldn't. Just don't give them surnames or phone numbers or anything. Or address. Just hey Mary, put Mary on loudspeaker so we can hear the whole thing, and then away you go.
Yep. Okay, sure.
I guess if you were to take a step back at your day right now and look at it, what have you done today? Now with that information, what have you done today of some of the things you could have captured but you didn't?
My checklist, let's see. I've done some boring stuff like reconciliations and followed up accounts. Paid some bills. I don't know. Some more admin side.
What's the admin stuff?
Some admin lady's away today, so I'm doing all her jobs. So I've answered phone calls, followed up with Facebook messages, done the follow-up calls.
Okay, so the Facebook message thing, that's interesting. You should do a video holding up your phone and going, all right, I am just halfway through a Facebook message now with a prospect. We put out this video last week. The customer has written in, and I'm in the process of booking the customer in through Facebook Messenger. And you say, if you're watching this on Facebook right now and you want your carpet cleaned, literally go to Messenger. We are here. It's not something that's going to get answered in 3 days. We are on Facebook all the time. Send me a message and I'll get back to you right now.
Yep, okay, cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to capture what you're already doing and spinning it in such a way that it tells people that this is how we operate.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you get another apprentice, you should story tell about the apprentice. You should interview the new apprentice and say, righto, Shaniqua, tell me, why do you enjoy working for us and where have you come from and what skill set? What are you interested in? I'm interested in skydiving and nipple piercing. Great. Just whatever is... Like, you can interview these people and just grab this stuff. Why? Because there would be some people that are interested in this stuff, okay? And even if I'm not interested in this video, I got to see your brand on Facebook one more time for half a second, even if I didn't watch your video. And that's the name of the game here. We're putting out so much content that your brand is in front of your prospects another time. And if it's not your brand, somebody else is in there, which means they're building a brand and you're missing out.
Do we get our technicians to capture things while they're out as well?
Of course.
And if so, how much access do we give? Like, do we give them access to our Facebook and all that kind of stuff?
No, just get them to capture. Just get them to capture.
Sorry?
Just get them to capture to start with, and you manage pushing it out.
Yep. Okay.
I think when you've got really trusted people, then yes, let's let them go live. But I wouldn't be letting too many people go live on your account. But at the end of the day, if they just capture something and then quickly threw it up on Dropbox on the fly, they can literally hit upload and then go drive to the next job. Then you can schedule when that goes out. Yep. If they just start capturing, you may not even use half the stuff they capture. But if they just start capturing, there'll be some amazing stuff in there, some interactions with clients, some rundowns. That they might come out of a job and say, hey, listen, I was just in a job with Mary. It was nowhere near as bad as she thought it was going to be. And we were able to just quickly go and fix the problem and get out and not charge her a fortune. People are like, wow, that's amazing. Whatever is going on, just start storytelling it to camera, to phone. And you'll be surprised how much content there is in there.
Yeah, awesome.
And you won't put it all, we don't put everything out. We film stuff and then put out one sentence, one line, 10 minutes, or none sometimes. But we can't put out what we don't capture. So just start capturing, and then you'll find that there's a lot of stuff that's take place on a daily basis that you can push out. But you need to go from one video a week on Facebook to one video a day across all platforms.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Wez.
Cheers.
So yeah.
What's happening with these things? They're all getting a little bit... Fun and games up here. All right, so here's my challenge to you. You've got to start nailing this content thing. You've got to start taking far more seriously, capturing, asking your clients. Like, there's stuff happening around you all the time. No one needs Steven Spielberg. God gave you 2 selfie sticks. right? You can literally just start filming with your device on your phone, start talking. If you want to make it more professional, I've told you how to do that. Go and buy a DSLR and a little microphone, and you're away, right? You know, the problem is if you don't do this, you'll be the best kept secret in town, and you won't build a brand, you won't go through a recession, you won't be here in 10 years, you'll just be, you know, struggling along. You've got to start thinking about a ton of content across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn. They're the main ones. If you're 12 years old, go to TikTok, and that's what's going to set you apart over time. It's not one video. It's not 1 week of videos. I'm 50 videos in, and we're going, you know, we haven't even scratched the surface on what I want to achieve. We're 50 videos in 10 months, and we're just, you know, I am only now, I was saying this to my wife last night, I am only now starting to hear people say to me, man, you're everywhere. I turn on Instagram, you're there. I turn on Facebook, you're there. Personal profile, you're there. I go to networking events, you're there. I go to church, people talking about you. Only now are you starting to get there. By the way, that's why I need your help. I need you to tell more people, hit share, tag people in the comments below. I need your help because I need to be ubiquitous. Because I can't be omnipresent because I'm not God, but I can be ubiquitous. All right? So I need your help with that, and you need to be doing it too. You need to be in your geographical area. Everybody needs to see you in every place, and then they'll self-select if they want to go buy from you, and more people will. So that's the name of the game. Episode 50 is in the can. Thanks for watching, and I won't be here Thursday because I'm going to Sydney to talk at the Kingdom Advances Conference, which is going to be great, by the way, and I'll be back next Monday with episode 51. Love ya.